Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Amanda Ziadeh with WashingtonExec, and joining me today to discuss some recent company-wide news in the nuclear power industry is Jim Blankenhorn, Senior Vice President and North America Business Line Lead at Amentum. Thank you for being here today, Jim.
Thank you.
Of course. So I understand Amentum recently announced plans to create 3,000 new jobs over the next 4 years on the back of growth in the nuclear power and defense in the UK. Can you share with us a bit more about what these plans entail and what kinds of roles and skills that you'll be looking for?
Yeah, my pleasure. So Amentum is a global leader in advanced engineering and innovative solutions. And so we're proud and excited about the expanding relationship in the United Kingdom and proud to support the golden age of nuclear and the nuclear resurgence. Amentum has a deep heritage in nuclear power and defense in the United Kingdom and has played a key role in the design and build of the United Kingdom's nuclear power stations. Today, we employ about 6,500 people in the United Kingdom. We're playing a leading role in the construction of 2 reactors at Hinkley Point C in Somerset, and we're the program delivery partner for 2 reactors at Sizewell C in Suffolk. Each of those new stations will generate electricity for about 6 million homes. Our UK laboratory and research capabilities in Birchwood are supporting multiple SMR vendor technologies globally. They're providing design, materials testing and analysis for safety and licensing and support to the existing nuclear fleet, as well as compliance and assurance capabilities. In support of the US-UK Atlantic Partnership for Advanced Nuclear Energy, Amentum is going to create, as you mentioned, 3,000 new jobs over the next 4 years across a whole range of disciplines, from science-based roles, engineering, design, project management, safety case, licensing, all the way to program delivery and commissioning roles. And these roles align with Amentum's portfolio in nuclear defense, data centers, and specialized technical services, and with the growth of the UK nuclear power and defense sectors.
Right, wonderful. Well, congrats on this expansion. That's certainly exciting news here. Help us set the stage a little bit. What is the state of the nuclear resurgence in the US, and how do President Trump's recent and relevant executive orders aid industry in making that a reality?
So the nuclear resurgence in the United States is a national and generational opportunity that is really set to transform energy infrastructure, drive industrial growth, drive economic growth, facilitate data dominance, and ultimately ensure national security. The nuclear resurgence in the United States is a national imperative, and it has broad government, industry, and public support, the likes of which we haven't seen in the last 4 or 5 decades. Energy resiliency and national security is going to depend on the advances in energy and technology that Amentum provides. So in May of this year, President Donald Trump signed 4 separate executive orders to do several things. One, to enable a quadrupling of the U.S. nuclear energy capacity to 400 gigawatts by 2050, strengthen the domestic enrichment and fuel cycle infrastructure capability and capacity, achieve the deployment of reactors in the next 12 months, streamline the licensing and construction of new nuclear power plants, small modular reactors, microreactors, and finally encourage the deployment of U.S. Technologies, not just in the U.S., but U.S. reactor technologies and supply chains globally. So I would say the nuclear resurgence in the United States has arrived, and Amentum plays a substantial role in ushering in new nuclear in all of its forms.
And how does this commitment and this news expand on Amentum's existing presence and partnership with UK's nuclear power industry?
So there is a nuclear resurgence going on in the United States, as we just discussed, and around the globe. And Amentum is posed to lead that nuclear resurgence in collaboration with the UK government and with their industry ecosystems. We see this growth helping to expand our capabilities in advanced reactor support, digital engineering, cybersecurity for critical infrastructure, and for integrated asset management. This growth is going to aid in engineering, procurement, construction, supply chain management, and long-term operations and maintenance strategies that are tailored for a regulated environment. So for nuclear operators, this will provide greater capability for integrated services across engineering, operations, and lifecycle management. Our growing workforce is going to provide improved operational consistency, project delivery, and a common safety, compliance, and regulatory culture. For the supply chain, our growth is going to provide opportunities to participate in a broader ecosystem with longer-term pipelines, training pathways, and capability development that are aligned to the UK standards. And then for the UK national energy, Amentum's growth ensures increased domestic capability, cost and schedule certainty, efficient project delivery, and enhanced support for the UK's energy security and their decarbonization goals.
All right, wonderful. So, Jim, I understand that this news also shortly followed Amentum CEO John Heller's meeting with President Trump and Prime Minister Starmer in the UK, where they discussed energy resilience, national security. So, how will stronger UK US coordination in the nuclear sector translate into tangible benefits for both nations, as well as, of course, the US's nuclear resurgence?
So, the ability to produce sovereign, secure, resilient energy is a strategic must, both for the US and for the UK. So, as well as providing energy and heat, the nuclear power projects are major catalysts for economic growth. They're providing high quality, secure employment opportunities for decades. The transatlantic collaboration will recognize several efficiencies and benefits to both the US and the UK nuclear resurgence. So we're going to see shared best practices on project management, safety case development, regulatory engagement. That's going to shorten licensing and procurement timelines. A coordinated supply chain development is going to reduce the lead times for critical components and services and lead to delivery certainty. Collaboration on advanced reactors, fuels, and digital technologies is going to speed up commercialization and deployment, focused on speed to market. Demonstrated alignment on nuclear safety, non-proliferation, energy security are going to reassure investors and utilities and the public and encourage those long-term commitments that are absolutely vital for this resurgence to succeed. Collaboration on nuclear R&D, SMR deployments, hydrogen, industrial heat applications. These are all going to open up new market segments for U.S. technologies in the United Kingdom. And then finally, the joint initiatives are going to create a scale for apprenticeships and university partnerships and supplier development programs, addressing the talent and capability gaps that are core to the resurgence narrative today. We simply don't have a qualified workforce sufficient for the demand, and so this collaboration will help create the programs to develop that talent and experience and capabilities that the resurgence needs.
All right, wonderful. And to close, I've got a more general question for you. Amentum is continuously investing in digital engineering, AI, and automation. How are these technologies transforming your approach to delivering in the energy, nuclear power, and defense industries?
Well, I mean, short answer is they're having an incredible impact in all areas. So AI, machine learning, digital engineering, cyber, automation, they're all transforming both the industry, but they're also transforming Amentum's approach and our market offering. Speed to market and delivery certainty are the two tenets of the nuclear energy industry, making the development, the adoption, and the use of technology is so important. These tools make the Amentum approach more responsive and efficient. Amentum's design and use of these tools provides cost and schedule certainty to our clients. These tools are transforming Amentum's delivery approach across the entire life cycle, from design, licensing, compliance, engineering, construction, operations, and maintenance. And ultimately, it optimizes Amentum's offering for lifecycle planning, execution, and risk management.
Hey, wonderful. Well, Jim, thank you so much for joining us today. Again, congratulations on this expansion, and for diving a little bit into what this means for Amentum, the nuclear resurgence in the U.S., and of course, the transatlantic partnership. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you.